So this next one, I've been planning to play this song for a couple months. I realized that tonight is the eve of an anniversary. 25 years ago, two men died at Deer Island working to try to open up the Outfall tunnel. So this song tells their story. And after I was practicing it, we'll see what happens. I put together a video of a sort of a studio recording of it, and I'll put a link to that. But I thought I would just play it because I want you to focus on the words and not the pictures. It's called Opening the Outfall Tunnel. It's actually written to the tune of a song, Down in the Coal Mine, by Joseph Brian Gahagan, 1875, so like 150 years ago or something. My name is Billy Juss, and I can't tell my tale today. I lost my life in '99 neath Massachusetts Bay. Hired to start the tunnel up, but somehow lost my way. Me and Tim were taken down with no time left to pray. Opening the tunnel that has only one way in. Carrying our oxygen, the air was deadly thin. The task that we were asked to do became a mortal sin. In the ocean tunnel that has only one way in. Boston's Deer Island sewer plant took billions of bucks to build. And thousands of hard workers did their jobs with pride and will. Everything was running well, the new plant was online, except the Outfall tunnel that was running out of time. The sandhogs drilled the tunnel, it went down 400 feet, and 24 feet wide, and 9 miles out under the sea. It ends with 50 riser shafts that go up to Mass Bay, each one sealed with a bowl-shaped massive 30-inch steel plate. Opening the tunnel that has only one way in. Carrying our oxygen, the air was deadly thin. The task that we were asked to do became a mortal sin. In the ocean tunnel that has only one way in. 5 divers hired to pull the plates sent in by engineers. We drove 2 Humvees back to back that carried all our gear, with tanks of liquid gases that would make our breathing air, and 1,500-foot hoses coiled up with loving care. The 2 of us, 2-hour drive, and now we're 9 miles in. Riggs and DJ trudging on, the real work can begin. Haas is paying out the hoses for 1,000 feet. Me and Tim are mixing air, we're back at the Humvees. Opening the tunnel that has only one way in. Carrying our oxygen, the air was deadly thin. The task that we were asked to do became a mortal sin. In the ocean tunnel that has only one way in. Riggsy starts to shimmy up each pipe to reach the plates, but DJ stumbles to the ground, then Riggs suffers the same fate. Haas feels he is passing out, but gets back to his safety pack. He saves the other 2, and then they start heading back. When they reach the Humvees, they see me and Tim passed out. They try to bring us back, but we aren't answering their shouts. The mixing valve had frozen up, the oxygen's too low. 5 driving back through the tunnel, but 2 will never know. Opening the tunnel that has only one way in. Carrying our oxygen, the air was deadly thin. The task that we were asked to do became a mortal sin. In the ocean tunnel that has only one way My name is Billy Juss, and I can't tell my tale today. I lost my life in '99 'neath Massachusetts Bay. The engineers that sent us in, they made a mortal sin. God damn the ocean tunnel that has only one way in.
That's a great job. Mike Delaney, serious history.
Yeah.
Yep. And Mike, for those who don't live around here, maybe you could explain the significance of Deer Island and why it needed a tunnel.
Yeah, so you remember back in the, real quickly, when Mike Dukakis was running for president, who was it? George Bush put a thing in the paper, the harbor of shame, the dirtiest harbor in the country. And so the government and the state paid for it, like $4 or $5 billion to build a sewage treatment plant that ends with a 9.5-mile tunnel into Massachusetts Bay to take the treated sewage and disperse it in the bottom of the ocean where it would all spread out. And it ends with 50 shafts, and each shaft had a plate in it when they were building it. And before they could open it, they took out all the air supply and the little train they had, and these guys had to go in and pull those 30-inch metal plates, and their oxygen messed up. So instead what they did is the plan B, well, not the plan B, but the plan someone came up with is put a jack-up barge at the end of the tunnel, put a caisson down, and pump the air in from the end backwards so that they had air to go in and do the job, which is what they did eventually.